Students, in this video session, we will learn about equilibrium conditions and problems related to equilibrium conditions. As we already know that F is equal to ma, or you can write this as F is equal to dp by dt, where in order to find out force, you need to find out acceleration. If you are able to calculate acceleration, you can find out force. Similarly, if you are able to find out change in the momentum, then you are able to find out the force. Now let us consider an object. This object has mass m, and there is one force acting on this particle, and this is F1, and there is another force acting on this particle, F2, and there can be another force acting on the same body, it is F3. Three forces are acting on the same particle, and magnitude of these forces are not equal. F1, F2, F3, they all have different magnitude. If at all, I can write net force acting on the particle as F1 plus F2 minus, F1 minus F2 plus F3. This is F net force acting on the particle. As many number of forces may be there on the particle. In order to find out the net force, simply you will be summing up all those vector quantities. So you will be getting this as vectors. And the final resultant F net can be positive or negative. If F net is positive, it means that body is traveling along positive x-axis. If F net is negative, it means that body is traveling along negative x-axis. Negative force is dominating than that of the positive force. Now, if F net is not equal to 0, then you can find out acceleration A is equal to F net divided by mass of the particle. Acceleration of the body A is not equal to 0. So body accelerates. Body accelerates, and this is purely translatory motion. Translatory motion is motion in the straight line. Translatory motion in the sense, if the body is moving purely along a straight line path, then we say that it is translatory motion. If F net is not equal to 0, then the body would continue in translatory motion. This is condition number 1. So you are taking an object, and upon that object you are applying some force. As many number of forces may be there. If their net force is not equal to 0, then body would be in translatory motion, and the motion would be in the direction of greater force. Either it can be positive or negative, which one is greater, corresponding to that you will be having acceleration in that direction. Now let us come to second condition, where F net, as there are three forces here, F net can be equal to 0. If F net is equal to 0, that means F1, F2, F1 and F3 magnitude is equal to that magnitude of F2. F1 and F3, if it is 10 Newton, F2 is minus 10 Newton, plus 10 minus 10 will become 0, then F net will be equal to 0. If F net is equal to 0, then acceleration will be equal to 0. Even though forces are acting on the particle, net acceleration will be equal to 0. If acceleration is 0, body is in rest. We say body is in translatory equilibrium. We say that body is in translatory equilibrium. This is along x-axis. Purely we are considering body which is along x-axis. Like forces are applied only along x-axis. it is not only along x-axis, it may be even y direction also. You can take an object of mass m, and there can be one force in downward direction and there can be one force in upward direction. So here it is F1 and here it is F2. If F net is equal to 0, then body is in translatory equilibrium. So equilibrium condition, the necessary condition for equilibrium is net force acting on that particle is equal to 0 along any directions. Like it can be along positive x-axis or it can be along negative x-axis. Like forces can be in xy plane or yz plane, in any plane. If at all the net force acting on the particle is equal to 0, the body would remain in the rest position even though there are multiple forces acting on it. Such condition is said to be translatory equilibrium condition. So the necessary condition for translatory equilibrium is sum of all the forces acting on the body is equal to 0. So summation over F is equal to 0 mean that forces along x-axis, forces along y-axis, forces along z-axis, all their net should be equal to 0. This is for translatory equilibrium condition. When F net is equal to 0, body would remain in equilibrium condition. This is condition for translatory equilibrium. For translatory equilibrium, net force should be equal to 0. That is for translatory. But sometimes body can be in rotational motion. About rotational motion, we will be discussing in the next coming chapters. But for time being, you just remember, for rotational equilibrium, torque acting on the body should be equal to 0. Torque acting on the body along x-axis, along y-axis and along z-axis should be equal to 0. If their net sum is equal to 0, then body is said to be in rotational equilibrium. Body will not rotate, it remains stationary. So clearly only one thing you need to remember, if F is equal to 0, acceleration will be 0, rate of change of momentum is also equal to 0, body does not move, velocity can be constant or velocity can be equal to 0, we say that body is in equilibrium condition. Let us solve one problem based on equilibrium condition. A mass of 3 kg, is suspended by a rope, of length 2 meter from a ceiling The force of 40 Newton in the horizontal direction is applied at midpoint of the rope. What is the angle the rope makes with the vertical in equilibrium and the tension in part of string attached to the ceiling? And take G value as 10 meter per second square. So first let me draw concerned figure for this. See, rope is 2 meter and exactly at the center you are attaching, you are pulling it by 40 Newton. This become 1 meter. This become 1 meter. 3 kg mass is attached with the whole rope. Now what will be the necessary condition now? When you are applying a force of 40 Newton, this will be the, this is vertical, right? As you are applying some force on the body, definitely this would be inclined, and here you are applying force and this will be the condition, and there is mass attached here. This mass is 3 kg. This is 3 kg and here you are applying a force of 40 Newton and this is inclined by an angle theta. This is the point where you are applying force. This is 1 meter. This is 1 meter. And mass of the body is given 3 kg. What you are supposed to find out? What is the angle the rope makes with the vertical in equilibrium? You want to find out this theta. Theta is equal to how much? And also find out tension in the part of the string attached to the ceiling. That means in this you want to find out tension. Tension in the string. You want to find out tension in the string attached to the ceiling. Now you can use Lami's theorem here, or you can use necessary condition for balancing of the vectors. So as we know, overall the system is in equilibrium, is it not? 3 kg mass is in rest. It means net forces along x-axis should be equal to 0. Net forces along y-axis should be equal to 0. Because 3 kg mass is as a whole rest position. If it is in rest position, it means that balanced forces are acting on the object. Net forces along x-axis and net forces along y-axis are equal to 0. Now along x-axis there will be 40 Newton force, and there is gravitational force acting in downward direction, which is mg. Now I can take this point P. This is the point where P. Just I am drawing those forces here. This is point P. What are the forces acting here? One is 40 Newton. This is 40 Newton. And there is another force which is acting over here. It is tension. And there is another force which is acting here in downward direction because of the mass attached over here. And this angle would be theta. Vertically opposite. Check it up. If this angle is theta, then obviously this angle will also be equal to theta. Now there is tension in this string. It is T. This is already known as 40 Newton. And downward there is gravitational force. Gravitational force acting over here will be 3 into 10. Because G value we are taking it as 10. Gravitational force Fg is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Mass is 3 kg. Acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. That is 30 Newton. So 3 into 10 Newton, which is in downward. Overall, the point P is in equilibrium. There are no net forces acting on the object. 40 Newton is along x-axis. 30 Newton is along y-axis. You need not resolve them. But coming to this tension is in the plane. You can resolve this tension into components. One component along vertical, another component along horizontal. Now I can write this tension as T cos theta, and I can write this as T sin theta, because overall this is tension T. Now as the system is in equilibrium, F net along x-axis is equal to 0. Along x-axis, what are the forces acting? Right side it is 40 Newton minus left side it is T sin theta. That is equal to 0. This gives you T sin theta is equal to 40 Newton. Let me take this as equation number 1. Now F net along y-axis is equal to 0. Along y-axis, what are the forces acting? 30 Newton, which is downward, minus upward force. I am considering it as T cos theta. This is equal to 0. This gives you T cos theta is equal to 30 Newton. Let me take this as equation number 2. You can divide 1 with 2. 1 divided by 2, T and T gets cancelled. Sin theta by cos theta, that become tan theta. Tan theta is equal to 40 divided by 30. 0, 0 gets cancelled. That is 4 by 3. Theta is equal to tan inverse of 4 divided by 3. As we know, whenever there is a triangle, if this is 3 and this is 4, definitely this would be 5. Tan theta is equal to 4 by 3. So tan theta is equal to 4 by 3 in the sense. This would be this angle would be equal to 50 theta will be equal to 53 degrees, because already we know that we have learned that many times. So for a given triangle, this is 3 and this is 4 and this is 5. If this is theta, this angle would be 53, this angle would be 37 because the smallest one. So tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent, 4 by 3. Definitely that angle would become 53. So theta is 53 degrees. Taking this theta 53, you can substitute either in equation 1 or in equation 2. You will be getting tension in the string. So I will be calculating that tension in this. Check it up. T into sine 53 is equal to 40. Okay, from equation 1 I am taking. T into, what is the sine 53? Sine 53 is 4 by 5. That is 4 divided by 5 is equal to 40. This gives you 4 tens 40. So T will be equal to 5 into 10, 50 Newton. So tension in the string is equal to 50 Newton. And angle made by the string is 53 degrees. So we have a chain which is hanging from two vertical walls. This is one wall and this is one wall, and there is a chain which is hanging now. Obviously this chain will have some mass, is it not? Chain will have some mass m. So if the chain is having some mass m, its center of mass would be at the center, right? Center of mass of chain is at the center. That means overall mass of this chain is concentrated at the center of that chain. So total mass will be concentrated at this point. And as the total mass is concentrated at this point, there will be gravitational force acting on the chain at point C. Gravitational force will be acting in downward direction, that is mg. Okay. But as the gravitational force is acting in downward direction, this chain would fall down. But is it happening so? Chain is not falling down. It means that there is some force, some other force acting along this chain in this direction and as well as in this direction. As a result, net force at position C is balanced with each other. And this is tension in the string and this is tension in the string. So because gravitational force is pulling this chain in downward direction, but the tension in the string is balancing the gravitational force. As a result, this would remain in translatory equilibrium. This would remain in translatory equilibrium. As the whole chain is in rest position, we can simply tell that translatory equilibrium condition is satisfied. It means that net forces along x-axis is equal to 0. Net forces along y-axis should also be equal to 0. Anywhere, at any point you can take, at that particular point net forces will be balanced. So you can take one point here, A. At this point, F net is equal to 0. And you can take another point B. At this point also, net force should be equal to 0. And at point C also, net force will be equal to 0. Right? Now let me consider this point C and I will draw vectors which are acting over there. I am considering this point C. Observe carefully. That is point C. At point C, there is a gravitational force which is acting in downward direction. And that gravitational force, I can write it as mg. And there is another force which is acting in this direction, that is tension in the string. And this is another force which is acting over there, that is also tension. It is tension T, this is tension T, and this is gravitational force mg. And overall, it is making some angle with the vertical. Okay, what it is being given? This angle is given as theta according to the question. Then I will be considering this angle as a delta. Okay, I am considering this angle as delta. And if this angle is obviously theta, then you can even take this angle would become theta. Okay, so in order to avoid confusion, instead of taking this delta, you can simply take, instead of taking delta, you can simply take this vertically opposite angle as theta. Now you can resolve tension into components because tension is in the plane. This is angle theta. As tension is in the plane, I can resolve this into two components. One component along horizontal, another component along vertical. One component along horizontal, another component along vertical. Okay. Now I can write down those components as this is t cos theta because it is adjacent side for the triangle, and this is t sin theta. Obviously this is t cos theta. One is positive and the other one is negative, and this part it is t sin theta. Okay. Now at point C you can use f net is equal to 0 along x-axis and as well as y-axis, as the system is in translator equilibrium. At C, f net along x-axis is equal to t cos theta minus negative x-axis, it is t cos theta, one more, which is equal to 0. So therefore both forces are balancing. As a result, t cos theta is equal to t cos theta. This gets nullified, they get cancelled with each other, so net force will be equal to 0. And coming to this vertically, f net along y direction is equal to 0. Along y direction, what are the forces acting over there? Gravitational force is in downward direction mg, and upward forces, they are minus 2t sin theta. Sin theta plus sin theta. T sin theta plus t sin theta, I am writing it as 2 sin theta, 2t sin theta, and that is opposite. So I am taking it as minus, that is equal to 0. From this you can write 2t is equal to mg divided by sin theta. From here you can write tension in the string will be mg divided by 2 sin theta. That is tension in the string. This is tension T. Okay. So tension T will be mg divided by 2 sin theta. This is at point C. You are asked find tension in the chain near the walls at point A and at the midpoint C. At the midpoint C we have calculated it is mg divided by 2 sin theta. Now come to this point A. At point A, at point A, at point A there is only one force acting in downward direction, that is tension, and it is in this direction, right? Okay. So at point A, this is wall, and there is only one force acting, that is tension, it is T, and this is horizontal, it is angle theta, right? And this T can be resolved into components because this is in the plane. You can resolve it into components, one component along horizontal and the other component along vertical. Therefore you can write this as t cos theta, and this is t sin theta. Okay. Now t sin theta is balanced with gravitational. T sin theta, it is in downward direction. T cos theta, it is left side. T cos theta is applying force on the wall, is it not? T cos theta is applying force on the wall. Now therefore this wall will exert opposite force, that is normal reaction N, is it not? So therefore you can write T cos theta is equal to wall force. So simply you can write force on the wall is equal to T. What is T? T is mg divided by 2 sin theta into cos theta. So therefore force on the wall is equal to mg divided by 2 cos theta by sin theta will be equal to cot theta. So at point A, the force which is acting on the wall, it is mg by 2 into cot theta. At point C, the tension acting over there will be mg divided by 2 sin theta. So these are the forces at point A and as well as point C.